Hello everybody. Today I'm here to talk to you about something I do for a living in the United States Air Force. I am a B-52 crew chief that works in a hangar and performs phase inspections on said aircraft. These inspections are what keep this jet ready at a moment's notice in order to defend the United States from foreign enemies, and it is why I feel proud to stand here in front of you and tell you a little bit about what I do. With that being said, first thing that we have to do is accept the jet from Flightline. After 450 flying hours, the jet is ready to be phase inspected. First thing is to accept the jet from Flightline, however. In order for us to do that, we have phase supervision and Flightline supervision sit down at the table with the dedicated crew chief and the assistant dedicated crew chief to hash out some of the discrepancies that are on the jet, the status, things that we need to get fixed at some point during the phase. And after we come to an agreement on what our strategy is for this next jet, then we'll accept it. After we accept the jet, we have to wash the B-52. B-52 is a pretty large aircraft, and as you might imagine, washing a jet of that size is pretty tedious. It can take anywhere from 8 hours to 3 shifts, 3 8-hour shifts, depending on how we organize the wash for that particular jet, because it can vary depending on situations. After we wash a jet, we tow it into the phase hangar, in which we will start the phase process. Days 1 through 5 pretty much involve depaneling the jet. There's certain panels that we have to remove on the B-52 in order for us to perform our inspections / lubrications. That is the first 5 days, inspecting and lubricating pretty much. There are a lot of points on that jet that are required to get lubed after a certain amount of time as well, and that is a pretty important part of what we do, at least me personally as a crew chief, along with the inspections. After the inspections are done, we're getting ready to go to backline and run engines. We'll tow the jet out of the hangar at this point. Pretty much all the shops that are involved in this process from days 1 through 14 are going to be, just a list of few, are going to be crew chiefs, jet engine troops, hydraulic troops, communication and navigation, guidance and control, egress, sheet metal, metals technology, all come together to perform this phase. So when we put it out to backline, there are some operational checks that we need to do. We'll panel up the jet, we'll do some operational checks on stab trim, the stabilizer and trim settings, run engines to make sure that they're properly functioning, cabin pressure checks, hydraulic flushes, whatever needs to get done at that time. Each jet is different, and each one requires certain operational checks to be done depending on what happened during the 14-day process of the phase. And once everything is taken care of, as far as ops checks, inspections, lubrication, fixing the discrepancies that we found during the inspection, then we are ready to sell back the jet to Flightline. That is, again, when our supervision will sit down with Flightline supervision and the crew chiefs responsible for that jet, discuss what we were able to fix, what needs to get fixed because of what we found during an inspection that we weren't able to in the 14-day process. And after they come to an agreement, then we sell back the jet. Now that you've heard a little bit about what goes into performing an inspection on a B-52 heavy bomber, I hope you come away with a better appreciation of how much work it takes to keep these aircraft flying. There are many aircraft in the United States military, and the B-52 is not the only one that requires this degree of inspection. Each one requires a certain amount of work in order to keep our Air Force the best in the world. These types of inspections are not only limited to military, but commercial also. So the next time you ride in a commercial airliner, take a second to think about what was involved in getting that plane safely in the air. Thank you.